Hey guys, I know why you're here. How to do YouTube full time. 0 subscribers. For me, I did it 8,000 subscribers. Yo, I can't wait to share this because no one is talking about this. This opportunity, guys, changed my life. I can't explain how this changed my life in such a big way. Like, I'm so crazy. Like, I'm so excited to share it with you, okay? I'm gonna break it down, but I'm just gonna give it to you right now. Moving overseas where the cost of living is low. Baby, that's how I did it. That's how I did YouTube full time. Let me go into the itty bitty details now, okay? No other YouTube guru is talking about this. They're not talking about how you can do YouTube full time with less risk. Now, if you're living in America, I don't recommend this. If you're living in Australia, I don't recommend this. The cost of living is so high. So damn high. How are you gonna do YouTube full time when you got these bills, car insurance, all these crazy bills that you have to pay? Baby, that's impossible. You're gonna you gotta feed, you gotta eat. So this is what I recommend. Listen, get your pen and paper, and write down, because this ain't no joke. This is what changed my life. This is what got me to 100,000 subscribers. Guess what? I lost my channel while I was overseas and I had to start from scratch again, and now I got over 300,000 subscribers and I got 3 channels that are monetized. 3 channels. This is life changing. Why? Because I focused on one thing. You know how hard it is? And if you have to do this, you have to do this. But for me, it was so hard to work 6 a.m. in the morning, travel 1 hour to work there 8 hours, then travel 2 hours back home in the damn traffic. Then I need to have a good body too, because my health is very important. I don't want to be old, miserable, in pain. Why do I want to do that? I want a strong body. So I go to the gym. I'll be in the gym for 2 hours. It's like 11 o'clock when I get back home and I have to wake up at 6 a.m. Bro, if I keep living a life like this, I'm going to get sick and I'm going to die. Sometimes it's important to make little sacrifices, and it's okay if you sleep for 2 hours a day, I get it. But when you're someone that values your health, you want to live a long life, you want to look good when you're older, you don't want to suffer. I'm not going to do that, so I took this route, baby. Yes, I did. I took this route. I'm moving to another country where the cost of living is low so I can hone into my baby and grow the success. And it took me 6 months to make 4 figures per month. 6 months. And those 6 months was miserable, baby. It was hard, okay? Whoo, I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I did. But I'm gonna tell you guys the pitfalls so you don't fall through the same ish that I did. The first thing you need to do is put money aside. Okay? I'm not telling you to move tomorrow unless you got this money. You need to have a backup plan, and you need to have money that's going to last you at least 2 years. If you can, make it 5 years. So 5 years you can focus on YouTube full time in a country where the cost of living is low. See this as university for your full-time income on YouTube. See it as a way, because you need to study YouTube. You need to look at the titles. You need to see what works. You need to see what's working on YouTube. And right now, YouTube is really easy because they're pushing out new channels and basic videos, guys. That is no joke. Go make sure to check out my other video about that. So right now is the best time to do YouTube, especially full time, okay? So a lot of these countries don't cost a lot of money to live. I could survive in Thailand with only $500 per month. I might not have a luxurious lifestyle, but I'm able to feed myself, I'm able to go out maybe on the weekends, and I'm able to do what I want to do full time and grow the stream of income where I can make more money and I can upgrade my lifestyle from there. But there are people who are living in Thailand, who are living in Asia under $500 per month. And they're focusing on their businesses full time and growing empires. They're called digital nomads. Baby, I'm not the only one doing this. There are other people, bro, sister, whatever you guys want to call myself on this channel, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna call you my little YouTube brothers and sisters that want to grow their channel. There are people that are growing their businesses, so you can do this with YouTube. Why not? It's what I did. It's what a couple of other YouTubers I know did. They lived in a country where the cost of living was low, so they can focus on YouTube full time and grow it. It's so hard to be working all those hours and then coming back and trying to do YouTube full time. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very challenging. Now it's a little bit more easier because YouTube's pushing out these small channels. But if you're serious and you want to grow an empire, I recommend going to another country where the cost of living is low. Okay, so I saved up. I found out I was working in the government. I was making really good money, and yeah, I canceled a job that was paying me $30 an hour. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was miserable. There were days I wanted to freaking cry because all I was doing was working for someone and something that I didn't want to do. Now I'm doing what I love and what I want to do. I'm telling you, this shit is so real. You can do it. So anyway, this works for single mothers. This works for people. Anyone can do this. The only people that can't do this is if you have a loved one who's in hospital right now and you can't leave them because you have to support them. Like for example, my grandma, she's in Australia at the moment. I go back and visit and she can't leave the bed. If she gets out of the bed, she'll die. Literally. She has to stay in bed. So my mom, she can't just up and leave Australia. She has to stay there and support my grandmother, and with the brothers and sisters that she has, they all support and help my grandmother. But she still can't leave for long term, right? And plus, she wants to spend time with her grandmother as much as she can. With her mother, sorry, as much as she can. My grandma, as much as she can. So you might have a loved one who's sick and they can't leave the bed because as soon as they get up, they pass out and die. That's the only time you cannot do this opportunity. You can still do it, but you're gonna have to wait until your mother passes. You have to enjoy that time with your loved one until their time is up. Then grab this opportunity by the bees and do this. It's still possible. Don't make no BS excuse. I can't do it. You can do it. Okay? So many people doing it. So I saved up around 8 grand. I don't recommend 8 grand. Like I said before, if you're really desperate and you want to do it and you're single, you don't have kids or nothing, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But I really recommend at least saving 20 grand. Okay? Unfortunately, some people don't know how to get up to 20 grand and that's sad. But find a way to make 20 grand, multiple jobs if you want, or just 8 grand. Do what you need to do to make that money. Save, put it aside. So that's what I did. I saved and put in my money aside. I also got some of my tax money, put that aside, and I moved within 3 months. I was like, okay, I got a little bit of my savings because Australia's cost of living was so high, but my savings wasn't even that good. And now, baby, I've got a condo. Oh my God, life has changed ever since I took this risk. It's been the best risk ever. Now I'm doing this full time. So, what I basically did, got that money and I moved to Phuket. Okay, this was for me and people from Australia. I'm gonna tell you what you Americans can do, okay? For me, I moved to Phuket and I put my foot in it. Sprinkle, sprinkle, let me see if I can live like this for 3 months. 3 months in Phuket. Phuket's actually a little bit higher cost of living, but it was still cheaper than Australia. So I'm like, oh my God, okay, this is cheap. Oh wow, this meal cost me $2? I'm eating $2 meal, I don't even have to cook. More time to focus on YouTube. Of course I had smoothies though in the morning, had fresh fruit, organic vegetables, the best food, and the food here really helps you health-wise too. Let me not even get into that, that's a whole other video. $2 for a meal. Even more healthier, maybe around $4 or $5. But bro, I'm like, this is so cheap. I end up going back to Australia and I quit my job. During this time, I think my channel actually got taken down. Yeah, I lost my channel and I had to start from scratch again. No, when I came back, I lost my channel. And that was within the same year after I quit my job. So I recommend save up to 8 to 10 grand. I really recommend 20, just so you can do it longer, because some people it might take longer to make that extra stream of income. But if you don't have time to wait, you don't want to wait, save up 8 grand and make the move, okay? So now you have money to last you a whole year. You can even stretch that 8,000 and try to make it 2 years. I know someone who was renting a small little box, and I don't mean literally a box, but a home that was so small, like a little shoe home, and he was paying $50 per month. You may make fun of him. Oh, you paying that much? At least he gets to work on his passion full time, baby. He gets to focus and harness in on what is going to create success for him in the long term. So the budget, depending what type of lifestyle you can make it happen. But if you want to live a pretty decent one, or like a not so rich but not poor, middle class, 8 grand at least. Now, there are 3 countries you guys can pick from, especially if you're in America. You can pick Mexico. Now, Mexico's cost of living is really low depending where you go. There are so many places in Mexico where you can go where the cost of living is low. But if you want to go lower, I recommend Vietnam. But some of you Americans are really scared of traveling really far from America, and I understand that. I get that. You don't want to be too far because, you know, healthcare and stuff like that. If you go to Mexico, you also have to apply for a temporary resident card so you can stay there long term. So I personally recommend Asia. Thailand more specifically, because the healthcare in Thailand is so good, even better than America. And you might not even need healthcare, but just in case something happens, it is good to have that like really good health support. But hey, Mexico is really good too. But the thing with Mexico, you're gonna have to get a temporary resident card so you don't have to pay tourist prices. That's the only downfall with going to Mexico. But if you have insurance, you're covered, baby. So make sure you get insurance. There is insurance that will cover you for a whole year. Travel insurance, way better than anything, okay? So boom, pick one of those countries. I recommend Vietnam because Vietnam is the cheapest. Low cost of living. You can get a really nice place. I had a place for $300 a month, which was around $200 US per month. I had internet and I had a cleaner once a week. Guys, I didn't even have to clean my own place. I had a cleaner come in and clean my place for me so I could focus full time on YouTube. That's what I love about Vietnam. These rental places give you more opportunities. Some of them already have Wi-Fi and they have a cleaner once a week. And now you can eat with maybe $1. Some meals are $1, $2. So cheap in Vietnam, more cheaper than Thailand. The cities that I recommend, write this down. In Thailand, I recommend Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is really cheap. Bangkok is also very cheap. You can live really cheaply and you can live really expensive. Like there's so many opportunities. And the next one is Vietnam. Da Nang. Da Nang, I really recommend going to Da Nang. Da Nang is just the perfect location for me. Nice beach city, everything's really affordable, low cost of living. And there's a lot of places along the coast as well in Vietnam, beach lifestyles where the cost of living is low. Way better than Mexico, Playa del Carmen, Cancun. Those places are really high. Way better than Phuket here in Thailand, because Phuket is very high cost of living. You can live in a beach town with low cost of living is Vietnam. So I definitely recommend going to Vietnam. So again, save up to 8 grand and go into Vietnam. Now, once this happens, you're here. You also got to calculate the visa options. Vietnam is a little bit tricky, but Thailand is really good. They got really good digital nomad visas. They're a little bit tricky, but now they're giving people to stay, tourists. You can come to Thailand, stay for 60 days, right? After 60 days, you can extend and stay for 30 days. So now you can stay here for 3 months. Then after 3 months, you can do a quick little visa run. You can catch a bus, very cheap, and cross the border, come back in, and boom, Guess what? You stay another 60 days, extend for another 3 months, do the process again after 3 months, boom, cross the border, come back in. You can only do this around 3 times. At the time of the speaking in Thailand, you can only do this 3 times, okay? So Thailand, when it comes to visa options, are easy, and Mexico as well. Mexico is very easy because they let you guys, Americans, stay there for a very long time. And you can also apply for extensions, but I definitely recommend the temporary. You know what? You can't even do that in Mexico anymore. I just remember they changed. It used to be so easy to get the temporary resident card, but you can still do visa runs in Mexico. You're gonna have to study that process, unfortunately. But look, I just recommend Asia. Asia is so much better, so much easier. So yes, Asia, Vietnam, Thailand. So you're here. You have 8 grand or 10 grand in your bank account. Now you can focus and do YouTube full time. You don't have distractions. You don't have people telling you to come to their birthdays every time, party this, party that. You have all your energy and time to focus on your baby and grow it. What I did, I focused and it grew. I started making 5 figures, right? I could have gone back to Australia, but guys, I didn't, I stayed. Why would I go back to Australia when I can invest my money? I end up getting a condo, put it on Airbnb, end up investing in other projects, making stream of income from there. And I still live a budget life. I am cheap. I love living cheap. That's just me. Some of y'all will want more expensive things, but that's you. Do you. I really don't care for that. For me, it's all about health. I spend my money on health, organic, this, that, experiences. But you might want a Gucci bag, okay? Me personally, I'd rather have a plastic bag with 10 grand than a bag that costs 10 grand. That's just me. But everyone's different. Okay, but I'm telling you, when you come here, it's more of the opportunity, the focusing on YouTube full time. Because YouTube is a challenge and you do need to study it. You do need to read the titles. You do have to read books. You might even have to pay courses to study YouTube. Subscribe to me, I'm giving you free game. Now I do have a workshop that goes into detail about how to do YouTube full time, like what countries, the cost of living and all that. And if you guys have questions, I make response in this workshop. You pay 1 fee, but honestly, you don't even have to join that. Martin, really? You're telling people you don't have to join it? Yeah, you don't have to join it. You can literally get this information on the internet for free. There's not a lot of people talking about it though for YouTube. I feel like there used to be, but they stopped doing it. Me, I feel like I'm the only one that's telling people to go overseas to do YouTube full time. Legit. I'm the only one that I can think of that's telling people to do this full time. Oh my God. Oh, you can come in here if you want. Okay, I got some people that probably just looking at this building. But yes, it gives you all the energy, the time to focus and grow your success. When you do business, it's very important to focus on it full time. Now, for you guys that don't want to take that risk, okay, this is another side way to doing this. But Martin, I don't want to move overseas and quit my job. What if YouTube doesn't work? I completely get it. I completely get it. That might be scary, okay? And if you don't want to take that risk, there's always a backup plan, and this is the plan. Get a job online. There are so many jobs that you can get online. What you were doing in America, you most likely can do it online. If you're doing customer service, you can do it online. You serving people at a register, get that customer service and put it on a phone call service instead. Get paid. Get a company to pay you to call people and do customer service. There are companies that are doing that right now, paying remote workers. Ever since COVID, baby, jobs online rocket. There's Remote Co. There's a couple of websites. If you can't find it on Google, comment and I'll probably leave it in the comments for you. But there are so many websites where you can find legit jobs, not scams, legit jobs, teaching English. You can even come to these countries and teach English at a school, or you can do it online. I recommend online because it's just more easier, comfort of your home, especially if you want to do YouTube full time. It's really good just to be in your home and, you know, just being so close to everything. Oh, another thing that I gotta tell you why it's so good to move over in Asia. It's convenient. Right now, guys, I live in a building. It costs me $300 a month to live here. It's got a gym downstairs, it's got a pool, and literally a shopping mall across the road. 2 minutes walking, and I have everything at my fingertips. When it comes to YouTube, time is important, especially if you're a high performance YouTuber, you have multiple channels, you're doing a lot of other work. Being in a home that has everything, a shopping mall, even in Bangkok, there are shopping malls at the bottom floor of your condo building. You wanna go to cinemas, relax, boom, elevator down, cinema's right there. Me, I just across the bridge that crosses the highway, boom. Cinemas, restaurants, grocery stores. It is so easy to do YouTube full time and use your time wisely to focus on YouTube. When you're in America, you have to work 3 jobs and do YouTube on the side. I'm not saying do this in America because that will be a risk. You can't survive in America with $8,000. You cannot survive 1 year or 2 years with that. You cannot survive 2 years in America or 5 years with 20 grand. It is expensive. But here in Vietnam, that money you budget, stretch it out, can last you a long time where you can focus on your passions and what you want to do in life. This is no joke. This impacted my life in such a big way. I wish someone told me earlier, Martin, why are you working and doing YouTube at the same? Why not just move to Asia and do YouTube full time? I wish someone told me this earlier, guys. You didn't come across this video by mistake. And maybe it's not for you. Maybe this video belongs to one of your friends. This opportunity is here. YouTube is pushing out smaller channels. Right now is the time to focus and hustle and grind and make this work if you want to do YouTube full time. Trust me, this opportunity changed my life. The worst that can happen is that you went to YouTube at university, traveling overseas and focusing YouTube time, and it didn't work out, but you can go back home and get a job. I wish someone told me ages ago, Martin, don't worry about working. Just save up all your money and move to Asia and focus on YouTube full time. Baby, if someone told me that earlier, oh my God, I would have done this. I would have done this so much earlier. Literally, it took me 2 days to make a decision, and it took me around 4 to 3 months to move overseas once I found out this opportunity. That's how quick I was. And guys, it was scary. 6 months in a whole new country, not making only $200 a month on YouTube. My rent was $200 a month. But see, I didn't know about the places you can get for $50 a month. I wish I knew that. But I was like, oh my God, at least I have this money there, so I budget right. 6 months, make it 200. If I gave up that day when my videos got thousands of views, I made more than 200 a month, baby. So guys, you can do this. Anyone can do this. Again, unless you have someone who's sick in the bed, they can't leave and you need to be there for them, then you can't do this. But later on in life, this opportunity will always be here. Maybe it will change in the future. I don't know. Maybe America will go bad and the cost of living here will be high and America will be like Thailand and Asia. I don't know. But right now, it's here. Grab it by the hands and run with it. Save up to 10 grand, 8 grand. If you can get 20K, I recommend that. And budget.